Hey everyone, how's things? It's just the unity of oh, it's just the save us off again. I think it's gone sleep. My computer's not on. Oh, great. Anyway, the dissolver of the interlay is not infusing itself into the C bar because the C bar is the mechanism of the piece. Because the PSI is only the enemy by PC gear to indicate where the elect pump is. Because the elect pump is based upon the Dashanan. Because the cyclonon is only the neutron of Polakar. Because in that way, if the Dalakasan is just a terminal, then Arnold Schwarzenegger is not a biomedia. Because biomedia is the complexity of the parameters. Because the parameters is a oxon of law and also to and from the United Nations in relation to the complicity. Oh, great. Yeah. But anyway, in relation to the hybrid, the succession of the non-cotton of the hybrid is just an cottonon. The LED was on, now it's off. Usually it's on. Oh well. I wonder how long that was. Don't know. It's just the PSI is only the shutterson of the LLA in relation to the solar panel system at assist. And in that way, if the electron can also minimize the mimic in relation to the sensors, then the engine will be solid in the car. Seen it, documentary. Interesting, isn't it? So in that way, when we make a solar to energize the car without the battery and fuel, oh, then the follower of Mars, that's all we do. But in that way, the hybrid is just a symptom of the VTEC by Toyota to indicate where Muslim is. But the identification of Muslim in relation to the river of the sea is just the economy of Ra. So in that way, with the river to the sea, the delegation of law is the intersay of delegation. Who came up with battery back in the old days? No, I don't know. It's just the citizen of law is an excellent of law. And in that way, if there is a conflict in relation to the Dhammagan, the fifth religion is the legacy of law. And in relation to law, the intuition of law is an instanton of visual abuse. The visual abuse based upon the synthesis of the solar panel is that if it identified the location of the citizen by the termina and also hermit, then it will register the next solar. So who came up with the idea of the solar panel and why? It's just the maximum number of windmill and firework in relation to the max, and also the solon of the sokong of street poles. And in relation to the street pole, Weikini is that the revisions of the solar system is just a mechanism of law. And in that way, if there is an Arakasan of the antenna based upon, oh, what's up, Red Bear? Oh, is that his name? Bear? No. But anyway, in that way, if there is a conflict of Menuna in relation to the Sitsa, then the Totata of Manana is just the Fafa of knowing neutron. Neutron is actually the street market in relation to the Sala of the solar coupon. But each street market is just a consistent of law. So in that way, if you account and system, then perhaps the solution of law is that the legacy of law is Nakanan. But your solar panel require battery to recharge. Oh. So in that time, what if it doesn't? Where would it go to? Impossible. But in that way, the solar panel is just a system quotient of analyzer to actually neutron the protein. And in that way, Arnold Schwarzenegger, the legacies of disclaimer by the tribunal in relation to your committee. The only way we can do in relation to the hybrid is the function of belong. It's not a swear word, but in that way, the punk can also alacasan the illumination of the cybersex and to extend the fluctuation of law. And in that way, we can also exercise the non-blacksasa of Newton. So in SYD, what my unlimited means is free. Oh, you know, poof the relationship. But anyway, the conclusion of Amarkasan is that the wolf will actually disannul the P, poofed. So in that way, we can also extend the non-blacksan of Lala. And in that way, the secret ingredients based upon the rip out of CD cassette 20 Hola, it is synthesis of Ugodno. So the development of the next XCD based upon the transition of the aura is that the solar energy a question of law. So in our human body, we are LA. We do have electric, but we're not battery. Does that mean our poo-poo is a battery when it goes out? I don't know. So in the brain, we are not battery. So how do we sleep, wake, work, jump, and swim? No, you have to Gushono because she's around. And in that time, I think she likes the blue man. You know, it's pretty fake. Make one. So in that time, if you need to know the solar panel, it is the Dushasan of law. So the hibernation, do they have battery? Yeah, they do have battery. Just a normal round flat battery. So in that time, when we can enunciate the law in relation to the solar zeta of neutron, the proton of neutron is the zeta of the blue dude. And in that way, with the blue dude, it is the exercise of the magnana based upon our panel and to order the next introduction of the magneta. And of the magneta, first word is an exonym of law in relation to the sensation of her. And in that way, the hairy cow will be statuses in the bureau of the tribunal. In that way, if we can work out the next rotan of the decay of electric power, then we can also additional the windmill in relation to the pasatan of the solar. And the exetan of the law will exist in relation to the animal speech galacta. Because in that way, the death of the song is that the animal come itself into the color core, and in that way it will illegal into the system. And in that way, each animal based upon the prom, it will equal the next barakara. So the battery saver in relation to the succession of Sedak, it is the recognition of law. So in that way, if there is a review in relation to the Pankonan, the next dimension of the law is an ecstasy. So the problem of the brain, do we have electric brain? I think we do. But in that way, it might be Vablang in relation to the sense of blanc. And in that way, if we can review the second of Sita, then the Batra will actually deform into the pieces. And in that way, if it does, the conjunction of law is an intercution of the Belakasan, because in each way it goes, it will flinking into the feng shuang. And the feng shuang based upon the neutron, the hybrid will actually be Grogtong. into the solar kasa. So in each way, the Nikoni of law is an equisys of the rechargeable battery. The rechargeable battery is an equation of law and also in relation to the non-concern of the palakasa. And in that way, the cybertron will mutate it into the Mach. And into the Mach, it will econom into the IL. So which is plus 321 3218241 2312843 argument syntax da. And in that way, with the next percussion of law, the liquidity of data is only Vorton of the Turkshon Prota. And Alicia Kankana will actually key access the Nikonom of the Belang. With the solar panel, the economy of law is an ecstasy of long. So, in relation to the season system, the next chasasa of law will incarnate the next data of Dele. And in relation to Dele, the nucleation of the neutron will actually be protex into the Ford. So Ford, don't you have a brand called Proti? So in that way, with the Proti, it is the calculation of law in relation to the solar system. The solar system will equate Ekala Kasasan per Obala in relation to Munon. And in relation to Munon, it is C3823218364 and 3241. Higher Brigade Bridge 3, Higher Brigade Bridge 1, and Higher Brigade Extalon, Notachon. So in that way, with the Ethernet, the ligason of ISP is 214125 and 214128, Nixon of SATA. So in that way, with the echelon of law, it is the imitation of law in relation to the Prexton. And in that way, if we can convert the echelon of law, the isolation of the Midcotton is that the molecular of law is just an echelon of law, and in that way, each law is an equation of proton by the hybrid before it will sleep to what? My computer is not on. So when it sleeps to what? Well. So, do you understand? The language don't know. So, anyway, the statistical rule is that, we cannot order the system in relation to the African. And the African is just discussion. So, what season is the discussion of Ilongkong? It's just a blitzstone. But, like that, in relation to hip of the Dukton. I think that's how the electric talks. I don't know how they talk, and in that way, with the electroton of the plexi, the hybrid would be Toyotun. And in that way, the Barakasan of Dele Dotto Zinton is that the CMAC will actually be Krashon in the antecedent of the Autobots to Alakotson the Minen. So the deaf tissue of the ribbon is the next fortan of Br. And in that way, the Elekakon will actually be Tuk in relation to the sleepless, and the hybrid will break into the percussion of Vitil. So II VTech or VTech II, which one is yours, Toyota, in relation to your engine? But in relation to your engine, the energizer will actually Brexit the solar. If there is a cube in relation to your engine to start the engine, then it doesn't require the battery. But what happens if it sleeps? Oh, so which means the ECP3824 AXA1, AXA2, AXA1, P162, XIN11, XIN34, XIN48, XIN53, XIN36, XIN41, Hexton1, Hexton4, Hexton5, cell 3, 2, 4, 3, 5, 8, 3, 2, 1, X1, 1, 2, 3, X4, 3, 8, 2, 1, carrot. Oh, you know the movie Back to the Future? How did he create, the engine with fruit? I mean, yeah, with fruit. And it works. Oh, it's just a movie. But anyway, in that way, with the system of law, is that the Nokatong of the hybrid will actually be Bokrosong in relation to the Khoshonong. So the energy subtraction of this, I think it's just a fruit. I don't know what the things are. But in that way, based upon the Onkochong, the location of them is that you do not request the applicable fee, because in that way, if there is an occasion of law, then the portion of layer is the confluence of law. So in this way, with the solar panel, the cessation of law is the isolation of the manuscript. So, Constantine, what kind of discussion is one?